Well, good evening and welcome to Mountain Bears. I'm Aeson Knight, and of course, with us tonight is Techy Joe. How are you, darling?
Doing okay. How about you?
Oh, being about as evil as I can be.
Well, that's always.
Yes, sarcastic, bitchy, all the fun topics. That's me.
Hey, you
What?
get all the fun topics.
Okay.
Like, just wait. Just
Uh-huh.
wait. Yeah,
So
I'm
what's
the one
first
that
on
ends
our
up with a
attack
weirdo
list
topic.
tonight?
Do I now?
What's first on our attack list tonight?
Well, the notorious AOC being called a effing bitch.
Mm-hmm. Hi,
So,
Shannon.
hello, Shannon.
For those that don't know, you can do the long pronunciation.
Oh, I was afraid you would do that.
Brenda.
I have the worst time with her name. I do. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. That's as good as I'm getting. I don't know why I have so many problems with the first part of her hyphenated last name. And there's a reason. Like, I'm not the only one. She has gotten nicknamed AOC.
Yeah.
So yeah. So she is the representative for New York's 14th congressional district, and is 30 years old, and has been quite the force of like intelligence and reason, but has ticked off a lot of her male colleagues.
Well,
Like,
she has.
just her existence. Hi, Brenda. Yeah, like she's it just keeps ticking off everyone, but for good reason. It's not like she's going in and demanding stupid. Like, no, she's like, why is there stupid? Like, let me explain it to you how stupid you're being.
Right. And not only that, but I'm sorry, she reminds me a lot of some old styles that I like with a new taste to them. She's gaining a lot of following in New York without a lot of money. Like, she went door to door, and when she went for election to begin with, she wasn't even planning on winning. She won. She took it seriously. She's playing the game. She's up there telling them exactly where they suck at and how to get there.
Well, and I would argue she's not playing the game. And that's the problem.
Uh-huh.
Like, she's not just cashing in and, planning to ride this into, a news clipping at age 80.
Right.
Senator, or, representative, blah, 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 dies.
Mm-hmm.
After 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
Which is where we're at, and that's sometimes the upset to the apple cart.
Right.
Is that, if you look at the careers of politicians, 30, 40, 60 years, has started to really become the normal.
Yeah.
Like, career politician. Like, what else did you do?
Right.
Like, okay. So that's where we've been.
Well, that's one of the things of where we've been. The thing is that the congressman from Florida, who I believe has lost a staffer, I may be mixed up on which one that is the one that called her a fucking bitch. And see, this is a thing. Call me a bitch. I'll look and go, about time you recognized it and move the fuck on.
Right.
This was insulting to her, and he couldn't even apologize properly. Like, he's a political congressman. He has been there forever. He has speech writers. Surely one of them knows how to spell a 4-letter word.
There is that. But no, and it's just kind of, it's the boys club.
Right.
Like, that's a lot of where all this stems from, is it's a boys club. It was always, no girls allowed, boys club.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while there, like, we've seen that, like, shift of, more and more women, more and more minority women being elected.
Right.
More and more minority people being elected,
Mm-hmm.
and white establishment isn't taking that well.
Well, white establishment needs to get the hell over it.
Yeah.
Because guess what? They're the minority now.
Effectively. And more importantly, they're aging dinosaurs. Like,
Yeah.
hello. Like, we've been through this. You know, when you're talking about someone in touch with, like, Main Street America, she's there.
Right. And Shannon makes a good point here. You know, when he said he had daughters so he wasn't misogynistic, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? You know, feel sorry for them, but at the same time, here's my point. This has always been my point. 2 points, actually. One,
Yeah.
fucking bitch. Yeah, I've been called it. Guess what? I enjoy the title. I used to have it on the front of my car. It used to say, queen by nature, bitch by design.
There's that. But no, no. And you see that's like a horrible, like, that's the I have black friends. Like, I can't be racist. I have black friends.
Or, oh, I have gay
like,
friends.
yeah, you can. You really can. That's not how that works.
Right.
No.
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 But I'm like, a congressman cannot behave himself in the hallway.
But we keep saying that. Like, how many people has Rand Paul gotten sick?
Yeah, and
because his stupid ass can't behave himself and put on a damn mask.
Well, not only that, but, you know, he had a test and then went and got into the pool and the gym. How much did Ron Paul cost us in cleaning?
And that's if I've got my Pauls correct.
No, you got your Pauls correct.
Well, I have that bad habit, and I realize it later, and I'm like, oh, crap, it's the other one.
I know. But you've got them correct, or I would have corrected you. But
Okay.
I got introduced to her when Trump decided to tell her to go back where she came from, and it's like, she is here. Sorry.
You mean your neighborhood? Like, well, not technically, but you know what I mean.
Right. Well, technically, where his first building that his first wife got him.
Yes. There is that, yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know, the first wife is the one that built Trump and the business, which he's referred to her as a bitch often. And I'm sorry, she is. She is a high-powered, control-centric, business-orientated, intelligent, talented, cunning, and hostile woman. She also got the best settlement out of him. She also, you know, continued to grow her businesses. She's wrote a couple books called How Stupid He Is. That's why she's called the First Lady, not the third.
Well, and I always go with the theory of the only reason they're calling you a bitch is because you're not laying down on your back with your heels to Jesus telling him how great he is. That's why you're being called a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So, OC, join the club, honey. We'll ship you the license plate to go on the front of your car.
Yes.
But I get annoyed when people call feminines, women, men, whatever, feminines, bitches. When we don't take your shit, we ain't listening to your bull crap, nor are we taking your bribes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
As anyone should. But it also seems to be like the get back in your place word.
Mm-hmm.
Is, you know, oh, you left the kitchen or the bedroom. What were you thinking?
Mm-hmm.
And it usually occurs when it's like, no, you have a point. You're right.
Well, and we see this on how they treat Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. Well, and it's how, in a lot of ways, especially in the U.S., that women get treated in general.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, that you see women having to fight twice as hard, be twice as good for half the recognition, and that's not a new phrase.
No.
You know, but it's legit. It is absolutely legit. We have a very toxic male culture that has for decades, hundreds of years even, but especially the last few decades, been very challenged by this idea that, you would think we've had a while to get used to it, but it's still challenged by the idea that no, I'm not just gonna, sit in the kitchen and be your secretary and be your nurse, and that the minute women try to challenge this, gender conforming stereotype of what womanhood is and what their limits are, that when they encounter someone who is stuck in a past definition of who women are, that's their last resort.
Right.
Is to go there.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not the deal.
What I get tired of is the Nancy Pelosi memes. What I'd love to see, and is that lovely Kentuckian who needs to retire before he dies in office.
McConnell.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell. There needs to be some memes about him, because if you listen to his speech, it's already slurring by 10:30. So Kentucky Bourbon is probably flowing in his office.
Maybe not. Maybe not. There, like recently, I don't know what it was related to, but I was looking through a thing. I know what it was. Amy McGrath had commented about the fact that Mitch McConnell had been in office since she was 9. And so I was trying to place that, okay. And it's yeah, Mitch McConnell's been in office my entire life.
Yeah.
Is where I'm at on that. Yeah, the turtle. But no, it actually, he technically does have a very odd condition that it's a I forget what it's called. Anyway, he received a deferment, and God, where is it? Come on, it's in his Wikipedia actually. That it was how he avoided service. Oh, come on. Unfit for military service. Optic neuritis. And it actually does cause issues with his speech and vision. So, yes, he actually has, there's a non-alcoholic answer to that.
No.
Is that, no, he actually has a condition.
No.
And unlike bone spurs, is one that does cause manifestation of some symptoms that will,
Right.
that, no, this is part and par for the course.
But again, sorry, he needs to retire.
Yeah. Well, and more importantly, we're stuck in a situation of being without term limits.
Yeah.
I'm A1 on that one. Is no. We've got to get rid of this idea that having representatives who, don't have computers, don't use cell phones, are normal. That don't understand, life without a staff.
Right.
Or think that, 150,000 or 175,000 is, poor.
Well, that one I think we need to, in general.
Well, just real quick, $150,000 a year, if that's where my poverty was, I'd be having a really nice poverty. Just FYI.
Yeah, but I think in general, 2 years to great for a president, 2 years for everybody else. and then you get out. You're done. You don't get paid for the rest of your life a happy little check.
No, and well, that's a large part of it, though, is that it almost becomes its own incentive for continually reelecting them, as it's over time cheaper at this point. Because
Right.
once you're in, you have the benefits.
Yeah, and that needs to change because there's no job
Yeah.
in this country that you get to continue your benefits after you leave the job.
Oh, yes, there is right now.
Okay.
Oh, yes, there is right now. Did you not see the AT&T story?
No, I didn't.
AT&T has fired their CEO in
Uh-huh.
addition to all the mass layoffs and store closures they're doing right now,
Uh-huh.
because they have found out in the middle of COVID-19 that, hey, we can operate with a skeleton crew and save a shit ton of money. I think something to the tune of like $6 billion.
Uh-huh.
Or it may have been no, it had to have been about $6 billion with the number of people they're laying off in the store. Yeah. So roughly $6 billion they can cut. But the ouster of their CEO is going to cost them, I believe it's either $247 or $247,000 a month until this guy dies.
Dear gods.
$247,000 a month. Like, shit!
What are they paying him now?
Huh?
What are they paying him now?
Oh, I'm sure it's ridiculous anyway.
Yeah.
As most major corporation CEOs have it. And it's why it's called a golden parachute, is like $247,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously? Who spends that kind of money? Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it's kind of interesting. But yeah, Randall Stevenson. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name, guys. But yeah, and he will retire as AT&T CEO and serve as executive chairman of the board until January of next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy the amount of money that CEOs will potentially end up getting. It's just
Hello, Gwen. How are you, honey?
yeah. So no, there are other jobs. It's called CEO.
Is that what I'm supposed to be doing?
That's what everyone's supposed to be doing.
If you're wondering, I'm playing with my Ipsy box. We're unboxing it on the show.
Oh, okay. We decided to unbox on show.
Yeah, I decided I'd go ahead and do the Ipsy on this one.
Hi, Gwen.
And talk at the same time.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's just a little crazy.
It is very
Yeah, so the CEO of AT&T, the outgoing one, Stevenson's total compensation for 2018 was $29 million.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he's going back to poverty at this point, because that breaks down to $1.8 million in salary and $27.3 million in stock awards and other compensations. And he is one of the five, was at the time one of the 5 highest paid techs, or 5 highest paid execs in telecom. This is what happens. Oh, well, yeah, this was Investopedia in March.
Right.
So, yeah. And he's not even the top of the list.
I know, and I think it's insane.
Yeah. Like, you've got John Laguerre. Yeah, his total compensation with T-Mobile as CEO was $66.5 million. John Story of CenturyLink, 35.7 million. Yeah, it just like this is a list of insanity. The CEO of Verizon, 22.2 million. Yeah. Telecom CEOs, ridiculous amounts of money. You want to know why your service is so expensive? That's why your service is so friggin' expensive.
Well, I wonder how much Cricket CEO costs. No, by the way, not sponsored.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me. The problems of owning a Cricket machine is you quit spelling cricket correctly. Can I just point? Can we have a conversation about that?
We can have conversations about that, but guys, this is my Ipsy box. This is how it arrives. These are each supposedly perfectly chosen for my skin tone. Shannon turned me on to them. Shannon, if you got your link handy, throw it in the comments. But that's what it looks like. We'll see what we got this month.
Yeah, no, Cricket Wireless, and keep in mind, guys, that we're talking comparatively. Yeah, no, it looks more in line with what you would expect a major company's CEO to make, like what you would first think. Is it looks like that's around like their highest compensated executive makes $700,000 a year. Like that's a ton of money. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah. So and I'm trying to see if that's just because then you have the like yeah, that's what he actually draws as a check. But is that where he ends up totally? No. Well, doesn't look like it's that bad. Sorry, trying to get there.
That's fine. That's why you're getting there.
Well, yeah. So, oops. Sorry, I hate it when music plays with stories, or videos play with stories, or crap plays with stories. So yeah, I don't even know where to go to on that one, so we just backed out. But no, it seems like Cricket's in the more normal category. Like their executives are averaging around 200 and some thousand a year. Still a lot of money. Like I'm not trying to blow that part off. That's a lot of money. But we're talking about, an outgoing CEO that if you're looking at Cricket's averages annually, this outgoing CEO is going to make more per month than like this other companies, like draw that line of distinction. Other companies, executives make per year.
Right.
Like that's insane.
Yep.
It's insane.
Yeah. Well, the first thing we've got is highlighter powder, and this is actually a very nice highlighter powder. I like it. It's called Glazed Donut.
Are you sure that's not my Ipsy box?
I'm sure it's not your Ipsy box. It actually smells good.
Oh. Well, sorry, you make that joke all the time about me getting that donut glaze look. There you go.
Looks like swabbed, and it's a good staying powder. Oh yeah, that's going to be a wearable blendable.
There you go.
Now, granted, I don't wear a lot of highlighting powder because I mainly do day looks.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, Cornell London. Hydrating and pore redefining primer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're going to have to back it.
It's called a Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer from Cornell. It'll be an interesting matchup to see what it does. Because I like my Matty Matte from Wet and Wild, so we'll see what this one does.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, it's a moisturizer. This is something that hopefully I can put on you because your skin is always dried out. It's maca green tea, antioxidant priming moisturizer, lightweight, oil free.
well, no, that's still a primer.
Huh?
Like, you can't just prime me and leave me alone.
No, this is a moisturizer.
No, it says it's a moisturizing primer. Like,
yeah.
you just read it.
I know. We still have to find you makeup that doesn't include aloe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was in the market for that.
Well, of course we are.
So yeah, I'm just looking real fast to see, like, is that the Purlisse?
Yes, Purlisse.
Okay. Nope, can't use it.
Damn. Oh well, more stuff for me.
Yeah, never. Let's see. Or I don't think I can. Let me, like, I'm found the list of things that it has. So water, isopropyl, glycerin. Oh God, this is my life, guys. This is what I'm telling you. Try having an aloe allergy. This is what your life denigrates into. It's just reading. Tocopherol, can't use it. Out.
Yep. Okay.
This is my life problem.
What's the market value on that while you were there?
Do what now?
What's the market value?
Oh yeah, you said that like right as I closed the page, but that's okay. History is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Like, gotta love being able to pop up history. $35 if that is the 17 or
1.7 ounce.
Yes. Yeah, that's $35.
Product alone paid for more than the box. So I've got the $25 box. So that product alone.
Yeah. And not saying there aren't better prices online or looking around more online, but still. Like, that's the site that gives me all the pretty information that I want. Because that's what I have to do. That's where I have to live, is in that ingredient section of everything. Because you'd be surprised the amount of crap that causes me issues.
Right. Well, and then we have Tarte C. This is a new mascara. We will see how it annies up against my tried and true Mega Length.
There you go.
So,
yeah, Jessica, he uses that all the time.
Yes, I use it all the time. Literally, if I leave the house with just...
No, not that. She said I love that. More stuff for me.
And then, all right, googly, I need you to find the Itsy Here we go.
Palette, the palette.
The palette.
Okay. Like, what else? Palette. Just like
ITTSE.
There we go. Do you know which one it is? Oh, never mind. There's an Ipsy. Yeah. So is that the Van Ness Magnetic? The Fulton Magnetic?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, there it is. I see it. And actually, that's weird enough. It went to eBay for $9.99, but the listing calls it a $60 value.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a little confusing.
With literally my base eyeshadows.
Hey, there you go.
Like, these are the tones that Aeson wears every day.
Yeah.
That he has to get dressed up.
Cool.
Nice. It's pleather. We know this ain't leather. We know the quality of leather, and we can tell pleather a mile away. And it's magnetic. So that means that I can literally change out the palette
Yay!
to another one.
Oh, I get it now. Sorry, I wasn't following. Like, I thought magnetic was just like one of those cool, things the kids say.
No.
Like, the what is it? The Jeffree Star. His undead look thing. Is it called undead?
No, it's called cremated.
Cremated. Yeah. So sorry, when I see the word magnetic, I did not take that literal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can magnetically add and remove,
Yes.
Got it now.
Yeah. So like the little sample that Shannon gave me to introduce me to this can go into this palette when I'm ready for it.
Okay. So, are we sure it's not leather?
I'm sure this isn't leather, honey.
Because that would sound like that could be legit if you're creating a palette that you can reuse, indefinitely. Right. As long as you can keep getting little magnetic, inserts.
But this, I'm sure, is pleather.
Okay.
Doesn't smell like leather. Doesn't feel like leather.
Stop before you taste it.
Too plasticky.
Yay.
Yeah. But no, like this, very much like this. And then we have the Wonderlust Ipsy bag. I love these things. The one Shannon gave me, I've been using. Now I have another one to put my new toys in. Yes. This alone is worth the subscription.
Well, meanwhile, that's a flashback to the 80s. Like, that whole color scheme on that bag is a flashback to the 80s.
To the 80s, yes.
Yeah.
But do you know how hard these are to find anymore?
No. Never had to find one.
Yes, you do, because I've looked for them.
Well, that's true. And you have looked for them. And, like, it tends to be that most of what you find are the little baby ones.
Right. Or the crappy ones that are like this. It's not that, I don't know, kind of rubber feel. It's this little satiny crap feel that doesn't really work. Like, they tear up easy. They stain easy. And who wants this setting in their bag? 5 of them?
Well, that's true.
How are you going to tell your eyes from your, when you're just wanting your lipstick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mika wants to know, so what do you do with your bags?
I do a lot of things with my bags. They hold tarot cards, they hold makeup, they hold change. I literally throw everything into bags and then throw that into my purse because
basically he lives in a bento box world. The rest of us are just hunting more like smaller or larger components for his bento box life. Yeah, like that's what it is like everything has a bag, and then inside that bag it's like a clown car of bags, and then inside those bags it's like yet another clown car of bags. It's crazy. It really is.
This one will probably become my day runner bag that has all the stuff in it I need to throw in my purse and do my makeup while Joe drives me down the road. The other Ipsy bag is currently in my other purse with my touch-up, fix-up stuff. I literally use little bags like this for everything because they can't make an organized purse. I have looked for everywhere for a purse that has sealed zipper compartments and a flap over. Haven't found it yet. Think I'm going to have to go to a purse designer.
Oh, I think you would have loved the Betty Boop one they sent out last year.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
But Shannon's kids apparently take all the ones she doesn't want to keep.
Oh.
Well, unless she puts Christmas presents in for coworkers. So, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up. You sent me on a wild goose chase. I'm like, what?
Well, I figured I could do this and you could do your research thing.
Ooh, a carbonated mask. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like, I could get behind that, but again, like, this is where I get in trouble with stuff like this.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I don't want to read the tiny writing. I'm like,
I know. You have it so
it's
hard.
like, I'm not kidding, guys. Like, there's a point in my life where I'm just like, the stuff in like my life, like body wash, shower gel, like all of it. I just stick with it until the product dies or I have a massive rash. And that's happened, side note, is when products reformulate, new and improved are my like two least favorite words. Or well, three least favorite words. Just for the fact that usually it means you tried to make it, more green or more, moisturizing or better for skin. And all of those end up meaning you used aloe.
Yep.
And it's like, crap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had to ditch products just because out of nowhere, like, I start breaking out and I can't figure out what's going on. So yeah, and guys,
I had to do that.
You got a second.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Sorry, we had a timer set and it was going off.
Right. I've had to do that, but I've had to do it for the other reason. Like, new and improved normally means cheaper and crappier.
Well, yeah, and you've run into that a lot when you went back to makeup.
Yeah, because when I went back to what I was using beforehand that I could find.
Mm-hmm.
And the crap they're putting out is pure crap.
Yes.
It's literally like, dear gods, what did you do? Go ship it to China and tell them to make this as cheaply as possible? Use foreign dirt if you have to.
That's exactly what the world has done. Where have you been? So China and Mexico are getting, like, that's exactly what's occurring.
Mm-hmm. But Shannon introduced me to Epsi. I love it. I love the products. I haven't had a bad product yet. And believe me, I will report if I do.
Yeah.
But I'm liking their style. I'm liking their class. Go for it.
Oh, no. You're good.
Yeah.
I was just going to clarify that I'm not saying that everything that comes from China and Mexico is crappy. But if you're an American company and you want to send jobs overseas and save some money on labor, you can also cut the quality of that product real quick. Well, it's like, because that seems to be the 1-2 punch to a lot of companies. Is it's not just that they take like an American product, it manufactured in the US, move it overseas, but then suddenly the quality of it drops.
Right. And see, the other thing is, and it's like that eyeshadow palette. I think it was Five Below or Walmart or wherever we had gone to buy eyeshadow. Because
I was Five Below.
I'm picky on my eyeshadows. I wear nudes and smoky eye. I don't wear bright purples. I don't wear bright greens. I don't wear crazy colors.
Oh, she sent you pics of the Betty bags.
Cool.
Oh, you're going to love that.
We bought it. I put it on. And before I could get out of the house in the morning, he's like, "What is wrong with your eyes?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said, like, you smudged your makeup. And I looked at it and I went, "No, it melted off."
Well, yeah, no, I was kind of having that Jeannie Robertson moment of you missed your face.
Yeah.
I think I may have even quoted her in that moment of you missed your face.
You probably have.
Oh, Five Below's great. We wish we had one local. Once it was all over. Although they do have an online store, and we looked at that.
Yeah.
But we were looking at that for a different reason.
Yeah, but they're great for tech products. They're great for home products, pet products. Don't buy your makeup there.
Well, I don't know that I would necessarily go that far. Like, you found other stuff there that was good.
Yeah, your shaving cream is there. It's the only place that carries your shaving cream.
True. Yeah, that's a nightmare for me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Like, forget the scar. Like, hold on, let me cover that up. Like, this is now pretty. Because before, every time I shaved, I broke out like from here to here, looking like a 14-year-old, and that's because somewhere between the razors that decided that what I really needed in my life was, because remember, guys, I have two allergies: aloe, latex. Aloe, latex. Razor companies all of a sudden decided that what every man needed was a little piece, like on your razor blade, on the bottom, that you needed a piece of rubber to pull your skin, and then after your blades up on the top, what you also really needed was an aloe strip.
Mm-hmm.
My life sucked for a very long time there.
Right. And then we went to Dollar Shave. Well, you introduced me to Dollar Shave.
Yes.
And at one point we had enough razors I could have shaved for a year.
Yeah.
Okay. So we canceled them, and then when I went back, I started reading their products because I am like Mr. You know, make sure it doesn't have this, 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 and this, and I don't want anything with this in it.
Yeah. Well, because let me point out, with Dollar Shave Club, my life got really great for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't catch it. Like, I didn't catch it. Their blades changed.
He won't let me, Brenda. He won't let me at all.
No. Sweeney Todd over there is not getting anywhere near me with a straight razor. Yep. Yep. Not happening.
Uh-huh.
Like, he scares me enough when because when I started doing actual facial hair, yeah, Joe, you better be. When I started doing facial hair, like, one, it's enough of a thing for someone to, like, I'd never been shaved. Like, as in having someone else do it. That was a new experience. And so the first time he did that is scary enough because, like, you're all willy-nilly with that left-right thing. And I'm like, no, that's not a thing. Don't do the thing. You do not move the razor left to right. Like when you're facing it like blade like this, you do not move left and right. This is how you cut people.
Please.
And, like, barely lifting up and doing that. So yeah. Sasquatch shave. I've been looking, or I meant to look at that.
Yeah.
But again, that comes with the whole like natural ingredients. That's a warning sign to me. It means there's going to be aloe. There's always aloe. Natural ingredients means aloe.
Mm-hmm. But no, for me, I was like, it's no big deal. Sit there, behave. Your fur grows left, right, center, up, down, and I need to trim it. And he's freaking out. And I'm like, will you calm down? I have shit more in my life than I've got time to name off.
No. It's scary. Okay.
Please, I could have you shaved in 5 minutes, and it takes you three more minutes to figure out you've been shaved. And I love the straight razors, but you won't let me use it.
No, never happened. Never gonna happen. Okay, I'm trying to find Sasquatch shave. I know what she's talking about. I just keep getting this Shaved Ice company. There we go. Sasquatch shaving. Let's see if that is men's shavings products. There we go. Let's see where I end up. Dr. Squatch. That's what we're talking about, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's go with the shave bar real quick. And ingredients. And I think I can use this because olive, coconut, palm. Thank you. Calm down. Go away. Yeah. So oils of olive, coconut, palm, and shea butter cocoa butter, castor oil, bentonite clay, peppermint essential oil, and eucalyptus essential oil. Theoretically, I can use that as long as the olive, coconut, palm, and shea butter are not those oils, because now I have to go learn what saponified oils means. Because if those
in them.
Okay, well, I'm searching. Give me a second. Saponified oil is a fat or lipid substance treated with sodium or potassium hydroxide to convert it into soap. Okay, so potentially, as long as the original oil is not stabilized with tocopherol, I can use that.
Cool. So add it to our shopping list. We will check that out, Shannon.
Thank you.
All right. So next up,
yeah.
Today's listeners, you may notice that there may be a disclaimer on the Psychic Coffee Shop from last Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
That disclaimer, however, is kind of opened up a big can of research worms for me. So tell them what happened after the show.
And we are talking within minutes. So Tuesday night show, we did the Psychic Coffee Shop, we finished, and before we can even do the post-show dissection, like, how was the show? What did you think? What could we have done differently? What did we miss? Before we could get there, copyright claim. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Copyright claim.
Yeah.
And we're going, copyright claim? How do you claim? What? Like, where are you? And it was this weirdo site.
Yeah. Some food blogger from China.
Yeah. Well, Singapore.
Yeah.
And so, because we went off on a tangent that night. Like, before we could do anything else, it's like, what is she talking? Like, what is this talking about? What is going on? What is the deal? What?
Yeah, like, did we misquote something? Did we quote, did we use one of her taglines?
Yeah, like, what did we do? We're not getting it. So, yeah, and learned a little bit about Facebook. Facebook is fun. That's where we got our copyright notice. And yeah, turns out it looks like the Facebook system for making a copyright claim is like this weirdo land, in which if you're not paying a lot of attention to your content, people can literally take ownership of it, just by filing a copyright claim that you don't challenge.
Yeah. So, of course, we challenged it immediately, and I don't know, we haven't heard from Facebook. They have 2 weeks to respond. So, guys, if that video disappears, it is because they have decided that it was copyright infringed, and that's when we will go,
and we still can't figure out what the deal is.
Yeah.
Like, I was sitting there, like, dumbfounded with this.
Yeah.
Like, guys, to be literal, blunt, honest, in what you're watching right now, the only literal things I can think of is the biggest thing I can think of, our background is a royalty-free image. And the claimant for this copyright, if it is legitimately who it says it is, because apparently Facebook does not require you to verify your identity while making a copyright claim. But that's the only thing I could think of. It's like, unless, because she is, like, if that's who this is, legitimately who this is, she does do photography. And that's the only thing I can think of. So, and then I'm going one step further with that and going, or it's literally one of the images in this composite. And I'm just sitting here going, I don't even think it's that. Because the image that we had, 1 minute of video.
Yeah, 1 minute of video of us going off on something.
1 minute of video contains copyright infringed, or is the claim.
Yeah.
That's it. That's everything we get.
Yeah.
Like, it is crazy, and we've heard this through other systems as well, and we've seen there are mass YouTube videos about this, is the screwed up nature of copyright claims.
Mm-hmm.
Of people making claims on copyright. It's insane.
It's very much insane. Hi, Isabella. But it's totally insane. So, guys, if you're not subscribed to the Psychic Coffee Shop YouTube channel, you might need to do that. Okay, Isabella, post it and your birth date, and I'll pop to it in a second. Happily. We don't, Isabella, I know you're new here, but guys, if you got questions, post them in the sideboard. We will definitely take them up. But no, if you guys see videos starting to disappear from Facebook, it's because they've been moved to YouTube. And also to our private site, which is the PCSnetwork.com. Because videos are displayed there after they go up. Or should be. I've got to double check that. But no, this is insane. There is no copyright infringement material. We've got the royalty-free credit for the background. Of course, I'm thinking of changing the background because this one's getting a little, I don't know, tiring.
Well, I thought we were just going to use it for coffee shop, and then we ended up using it for everything.
Well, that's because I like it. Like the windows at the Cathedral Cafe. If it's even open, that would be a good picture to take.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of things on my list that I wanted to go play with this year, but COVID-19 has kind of wrenched that.
Yeah, well, it's wrenched a lot of things. It's like I will not be at to the Psychic Saturday tomorrow in St. Albans. Yeah. I've canceled all live viewings.
Well, all live events.
Yep.
All in-person stuff,
Nope.
And that includes house cleansing and all the other stuff, like private parties, and I think we've literally shut down everything.
Everything except networks, phone readings, and video readings.
Yeah. So, we know that sucks. Believe me, it sucks for us too. Mm-hmm. So, that's where we're at, though.
Yep.
It's just where we're at. All right. So, Isabella, okay. September 24th of 01.
Mm-hmm.
I have a creative blockage wound with my guides. Can you recommend how to get through it?
I can, but I need a little bit more clarification. Are you saying you have a creative blockage because of a wound with your guides, as in your guides aren't talking to you because you've pissed them off? Or are you getting creatively blocked because your guides ran out of ideas?
Okay. So we'll wait briefly for that. Sorry, I was having to work through that one.
Yeah. Because creative blockages come. Connective blockages come. Guides are like us. They get pissed off and it's like, I'm tired of talking to you. I'm going to go sit in the corner.
Oh, yeah. The muse has left the building.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And we know there's a little delay. Sorry about that. I know that means everyone's just kind of like, la, 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 la.
And I'm pulling out a different deck. I'm going to go black astrology.
Okay. I think they're pissed off because I feel silence.
Oh. Well, let me see what goes on here. I like this deck. Um, Black Moon Astrology is by Sharon Shepard. She's actually a West Virginia psychic. She's out of Parkersburg. She creates a lot of decks. I was lucky enough to get an autographed copy of her Black Moon Astrology deck, and that's what we're going to use tonight. Yeah, I'm going to put you back and wait and listen to hold music.
Well, if anyone didn't caught that, that's actually from that got stuck and burned into my head with the I think it's Helix series, which was a really good show on Netflix that I watched.
Okay.
A while back. It's still stuck.
So it's quite interesting. This is the reason I grabbed this deck, is because it'll pull things up. The first card is the fifth house, your creativity. We're talking about your creativity not really moving along. Part of that is routine. Apparently, you've either abandoned or not kept your routine, or you're not keeping up with your self-care. The other part is communication. You're going to have to just start talking. Here's an example, and this is the best way I can explain this. David gossips. Like, he tells me everything I don't need to know about people, or everything he thinks about people. And, we'll be, example, I was in Big Lots today because I had to do the errand run. Dog food, new dog bed, this, that, and that, Needed a new trash can because, last time I got mad, I set mine on fire.
He's not kidding. He literally managed to set a trash can on fire. Oh, the things that happen while I'm asleep in this house, it scares the hell out of me, guys. But anyway, moving along.
But he's sitting there talking about, oh, well, that's crap. Did you see her? She ain't even got a mask on. Humans are going to die. We sometimes put them up on high pedestals, and guides aren't on high pedestals. Guides are just sitting around going, oh, God, let's see what we're going to motor him through today. And that's the way David is. That's the way most guides that I interact with. They are same as humans are when it comes to talking. A little higher pitched, a little bit more laughier, and a little bit more like, oh, Lord, here comes this one. She's having a bad day. I can look at her guides and see that they're pains in the asses. Or, dear gods, did she decide to collect a group of riffraff?
I'm just sometimes curious if if David ends up sounding like Paul Lynde. Because he kind of sounds like Uncle Arthur from Bewitched.
No, I would put him more so, and I don't know if you know this character or not, because it's a Mad TV character. There's an African-American man there that plays a gay character. I will find the image for you. That's who he sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Very gossipy, but very much, oh, girl, please, heaven help us get through this day. Okay. And what I really like is when I go and fuck up, and he's like, fucking told you so. Listen to the goddamn thing I say, but it ain't a damn reading.
Aww.
Yeah. So that's the hilariousness. That's the fun. That's what you need to be doing with your guides, Isabella, is if you aren't gossiping and, talking to them about the crap your boss said or the crap that goes on.
Yeah, so basically, you need to have a key.
Yeah, you need to have a key. You need to have a key often. Think about this and remember the guides are just our assistants down here. They keep our schedule. They handle our remotes. They handle our, whatever we're doing. Sit down and have a, what do they call it? Friday night out with the guys, or what is it, after a bar?
The after party.
Yeah, the after party.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to figure out where you're going there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Brenda was asking, so you want to do a show on guides?
Yeah, we can do a psychic coffee shop on guides because it's been a couple years since we talked about them. And we can even talk about my guides.
Awesome. Ah. Interesting. So Jessica was talking about getting like the flag on lies.
Often.
Yeah.
Often. Of course, you got a psychic husband moment today.
Okay.
When I told you I wanted a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was kind of cute. No, we had this conversation. Like I'd been working with a client to help her with a like new to her technology. And he was like, you should call her and check in. I'm like, nah, this is the client that like I will tell you now, if she has problems, she will call. And sure enough, this afternoon, and he's like, okay, fine, whatevs. And sure enough, this afternoon, right as I got ready to call a different client, my phone rings. And there's just that moment of like, oh God. Not because it was her, but because it's like, okay, so she has a problem. Yeah, he had a problem. It wasn't anything major though. It really wasn't. It was not like world ending. And because I'm sitting there going, no, I got her set up. She's good. There was one thing, however, that after I left, I kind of kicked myself and went, I really ought to have. Like, I really should have gone ahead and grabbed her tablet and been like, hey, let me hit that verification email real quick. Because I knew it was coming. Like, she had to set up this account for this new thing. And it's like, I knew I should have grabbed her tablet and been like, let me just hit that verification email and I'll be out the door. And I didn't. And that's what happened. She had a rough couple of days and didn't get to it. And then the thing stopped working because she hadn't verified her email. And now it needed her username and password. And she's like, okay, I don't know what's going on.
And I'm like, oh, here we go. Here's the psychic husband at it again. I want my cookie. Hand me my tip. Thank you very much.
Well, but honestly, though, she was calling me as the problem happened. And I don't know that if I had been calling her based off of what you said, that I would have been like, oh, yeah, did you verify? Like, I don't think I would have thought about it. And then she would have just been calling me back. So,
yeah.
But
you get that all the time. I'll be looking over my work schedule and I'm like, oh, you're going to be out of town, such and such, such and such. And he's like, no, I ain't got anything on the books. And I'm like, I'm not planning anything for those days.
Of course, then again, I go to sleep at night. And I think you're here in the house working. I am not entirely convinced you don't just get in the car with a list of my clients sometimes and just go sabotage stuff to get me out of the house. Like I've had a moment or two where I've been like, I swear to God, I'm going to ask this client to install a camera. Like, I will pay for like 6 months of their ADT service just to see if this is happening. I think it is.
Well, I've got my cell phone on me. Every move I make, literally, it'll track me in the house.
That's if you take it with you. You could fake being here. I wouldn't know. I don't track it. I don't check it. Like, I'm sorry. I'm probably the least, like, in your business, jealous kind of person. I assume people are going to do what people are going to do. And all I can do is, like I could get up all up in everyone's business, but it's like, why? Like, I'm not going to change it. Like, it's still going to happen. It's just, build a better mousetrap, make a better mouse. That's all you're going to do. And it's like, nah, not interested.
Yeah.
Not interested. Like, I don't have time for this yet.
Right.
Like, that's where I'm at in my life. And I don't understand people that do.
Right.
Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't have time for this. How do you have time for this? Find a hobby. Watch a movie.
Or two. But, that happens in relationships. It's normally from insecurities and communication problems where jealousy comes in.
Yeah.
Now, we have really good communication because I'll tell you how I feel. If not, you can read my Twitter feed and find out.
Well, basically. But, I'm probably the worst for that too. Like, I kind of quit doing that because I kept taking some things as towards me that weren't. Like,
okay, here's the trash can issue. Or the trash can problem.
Uh-huh.
I'm taking COVID-19 very seriously because when my doctor says, no, if you want to continue doing this, go ahead and call Tyrese. Have them ready for you. Not a problem.
Ambulance service, I do believe.
Yeah. No, it's a funeral home.
And
cremation ceremony.
Sorry.
It's in the Red Book, honey. I didn't expect you to remember the name.
Sorry, my family has like 2 funeral homes that we use, and it's just a division line between, like which side of the family.
Which is fine as long as he's got a cremation because you've got to get a diamond. So, I'm taking it very seriously. We're doing everything. I'm making changes. There's an event that is set to go on, and I am like, are you insane? How dare you put our community at risk? So I shared this thing about proper mask use in a restaurant, and this individual decided he would come and comment in on it. Okay. I comment back and I share him not only Aeson Knight's COVID policy, but also a blog article I wrote called How Dare You?
Yeah.
Which, Joe tried to soften, but no, it's very point blank about how not wearing a mask is quite disrespectful to multiple communities. And let me see, there's also, and then I was going through at the same time a company that I had ended the relationship with using my image for their marketing.
Yeah. And that was a company that y'all were having a breakdown for a while.
Yeah.
Like they kept doing this, they were suspending your profile for inactivity. And because they were penalizing you because you weren't getting the calls and the chats, but you weren't getting the calls and the chats because of crap that was wrong with their system. Like, it was like this giant knot.
Well, no, they weren't sending them. There were no chats coming in from their site. I would be sitting here all day. Yeah. Nothing coming in. Nothing coming in. So
y'all kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And finally it was like, I give up. Like, I'm not going to keep fighting you.
Right.
And then you get the email because, that's sometimes the fun part is a lot of the networks, there's the advisor side communications and then there's the, client side communications. And, clients don't see the advisor stuff. But if you're an advisor, you also get signed in.
No.
Or I believe.
No.
I thought that was
the client stuff. I have a client account still with that company. Every company that I work for, I know they're a little bullshit. So I will go and create a client account.
Yeah.
That way I get all their marketing, all their media, all their bull.
Yeah. So at least you know what's about to happen.
Yeah. Like if I know if they're having a sale, then I need to work that network a little longer. If I know they're pulling some stunt, I need to be ready for I got an email from you saying that you know something, someone loves me. And it's like, what? I haven't sent any emails out.
Yeah, because you've seen networks pull that stunt.
Oh, yeah.
Is their follow-up email is to be like, here's like a free minute. I really can't, I really need to talk to you, blah, 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 blah. Throws your name into the mix, and you start getting calls like, what?
Yeah. What important message do you have for me? Who are you?
Yeah, really?
Like, I will be honest, in our chat messages right now, Brenda, I can recognize you. It ain't no, Jessica, honey, I see you around all the time. Don't pull your file that often. It'd take me a little while to figure out what's going on with you. Shannon, anytime you need a question, honey, you just yell at me.
Yeah.
The rest of my clients, if I don't deal with you on a daily basis, and unless you're real, I got a few CEOs that I deal with on a daily basis, and it's like, hi, Jeff, what are you doing? That type of thing.
Yeah.
But my network clients, my public clients, it's, you'll ask me a question about them. I'm like, I don't know, check the staff notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a billing question. Like, we run into those.
Yeah. But point being is they were sending out emails with my image in them. And I'm like, I'm not with your company anymore. Please stop doing this. This is 3 months ago.
Yeah.
So I'm cleaning out my client email account that I have all the marketing from networks sent to. And I open up theirs. And there's my face again. With the picture that they demanded I have a picture not like the rest of them.
Oh, yeah.
Not like anywhere else on the span of the gateway.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, so that story's even longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picture. So I sent them a cease and desist letter. I commented all over their website. I threw a whole copyright fit.
Well, using a likeness. It's technically not copyright, but that's side note.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not one of their advisors. They don't have a right to use my image. And yes, I'll be monitoring that network. And if I need to, I'll call Kevin. Let him deal with it.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's been fun.
So anyway,
all that put into a nice little thing. Let's see. I caught the trash can on fire. Caught the stove on fire, but that wasn't a big thing.
Missed that one. Thanks.
I broke something. Something else broke in the house. These are things that happen when a psychic gets mad.
Oh, was that the weirdo day where you just kept like knocking coffee over?
Yes, that's what I done.
Oh my God. Like, I about lost a computer that day.
Yeah.
It was like, get away from me.
Yeah, I'm throwing stuff into my purse, and all of a sudden the coffee cup starts doing this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the strap had gotten like around the coffee mug, and next thing I know, I'm watching this coffee mug go like, and I'm like, go the other way, go the other way. Like, please, not again.
Yeah,
like, that will make two identical computers that I will have lost to coffee accidents.
Yeah, so this is why Aeson doesn't get mad that often. Doesn't try to even allow things to annoy him. It's because things start breaking, blowing up, and catching on fire now, apparently.
Oh, Yep. So I think this video is why we will never have homeowners insurance. Just
Uh
FYI.
huh. Okay, so give your kitty thing before we move on to the next topic.
My what?
Your kitty warning.
My kitty warning.
Uh huh. If you have small children, this might not be the time for them to be listening to the show.
Oh, that's where we're going. Sorry, you jumped ahead.
Ah.
Okay, so which one are we going to? Racist porn star or LinkedIn whorehouse?
Both.
Oh, okay, cool. Which one first?
Let's take the LinkedIn's the new escort service.
Okay, so so recently I've taken over managing your LinkedIn.
Right.
Which I was like, okay, whatevs. Like, personally, I don't even manage my own LinkedIn at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I had kind of started to feel bad about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going through yours, and I was kind of having this moment of like, every other message is like, hi, I'm in blah, 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 and I saw your profile and yada, yada, yada. These are my services, yada, yada, yada. I would really like to talk to you. And over and over and over, with an occasional, like, hi, I'm looking for a psychic that does X, Y, or Z. Can you recommend someone? Or like, hey, I would like to, get a reading, or, like very interspersed.
No.
But most of them are like cold call sales. Just like, and not even like, I read your profile.
Yeah.
Like, we had like, psychics pulling the whole like, hi, I'm a psychic with blah, 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 and 20 blah, blah, blah years experience and blah, blah, blah. And, if you're interested in a reading, and it's like, okay, don't think you read the profile. So, yeah.
Well, it looks like someone has shown up.
Okay.
Oh, hold still. We are pausing the show.
Oh.
This crap right here is what we're talking about. This crap right here, I will not tolerate. This crap right here, do not come after my listeners. This isn't your show. This isn't your place to comment. If you've got a question, great. If you want to take part in the show, great. But don't be soliciting my customers with crap like that.
Yeah. So, bye, Alua? Alua?
Bye-bye.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's basically what your inbox looked like as well on LinkedIn.
Sorry.
And, and I'm like, fine, whatever. He had life coaches after him, other psychics trying to sell their services.
Other networks trying to hire me.
Yeah. And then there was the, webmaster trying to sell you a new website. I dealt with that one.
Thank you.
Which is a moment. Like, let me tell you, hi. Part of the Techy Joe experience, I am the webmaster.
Uh-huh.
So I'm having a moment there, like, you insulting my work? You insulting my work? You insulting my work? Okay. I'm going to be polite to your ass because I don't think you know better, but okay. Like, no thanks, not interested, but should we become interested, we will let you know. Thanks, Aeson. Yeah, like, so anyway. So just as I'm sitting there like, oh my God, this is like walking through a red light district. I had been dealing with this other conversation where, like, do you ever get that message where you're like not really sure what someone wants? Like, and I'm saying that to our audience. Like, you just can't figure out, like, why are, like, it's like, hey, how's it going? Great, how, like, what are you trying to sell me? Or are you a client? Like, help me out here. And I finally had to break down and just be like, hey, we get a lot of messages from people looking to be vendors, at events or for us as a company, or, from clients looking for services. I'm just trying to sluice out where you're at. And I kid you not, I get back, because what had thrown me is she had said something, or this profile had said something. I'm not even assuming like there's a real human at this point now, about, talking on Google Hangouts. And I'm like, that's not how this works. Like, that's called book an appointment. And then, yeah, we'll do that. But no, that's not how you work. You don't just go talk to someone on Hangouts and then in the middle of the conversation figure out, oh, it's a reading. Hold on, let me start the meter. Like, that's not the deal. That's not the deal. Like, we book you appointments. That's what we do. So anyway, I finally had to break down and be like, I'm just trying to sluice out, like, what's the deal? And she comes back with, well, I'm trying, it's not really about business. I was looking to get to know you on a personal basis. And I'm like, oh, God, it is a red light district. Like, and moment of like, really? Like, that's where like Backpage moved to, was, LinkedIn. Like, hey, big boy.
I was listening to you decide what you wanted off the menu, not have it thrown at you.
But no, I'm just like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. Really? Like, that's what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was just like, no, I'm done with checking LinkedIn today. No, I'm done. I'm done after that. Like, I just shower. So, yeah, and so I got to thinking about it later, though, and I'm like, no, it makes perfect sense. Someone saw an opportunity there. Where's a lot of people that most likely have money? I don't know, professional sites that, typically cater to the 50K and up crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Upper middle class and beyond.
Right.
Middle class and beyond. Or people at least trying to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know. And I get those all the time. In Facebook, in Twitter, professional Twitter, in LinkedIn.
Real life.
Huh?
Real life.
Real life. There are places Aeson doesn't go anymore.
Yeah, like a Kroger bathroom.
Yeah, like a Kroger bathroom.
Oh no, you gotta tell it. Gotta tell it.
So one of my weekend trips to Princeton, we have to hit the grocery store because I'm now on this new diet and I'm eating all these fresh vegetables and no pasta and nothing that he eats during the week.
Yes.
So we hit Kroger's. I unfortunately am on a fluid pill. So I have to hit the bathroom. I'm walk in, use the bathroom, go to wash my hands, and this guy just starts talking to me. And I'm like...
And not just talking.
No, not just talking. Talking.
This is not a, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
This was not a, hi. This was a flat-out proposition. Just no chill proposition. Yeah.
Pure proposition. And I'm like, no. I have a husband. Will.
I need to be in produce. Bye.
Bye. Like, come on, guys. I wear 2 wedding bands. What else do I got to do?
Yeah, you know.
We go to Lowe's. I get hit on.
Yes. But no, it cracked me up. I find it hilarious. I do.
Yeah.
Or I did. But there got to be a point in which it's like, what the hell am I, chopped liver? Like, Jesus, like, you go to the bathroom and get hit on. You go to and get discounts for stuff. And it's like, what am I, chopped liver? Like, I don't get this.
I think your breaking point was when we went to Lowe's. And I have my cell phone on me. And yes, I use apps. We all gay men have apps.
Yes. Yes.
It's in my pocket. We have his sister with us. Hi, Beverly.
Hi. This is the rest of the story. Hi, sis.
And it goes bananas. Within 5 minutes of being there.
And of course, his phone is always to full volume. Sound is never turned off.
No.
And his phone just sounds at this point like, I don't know, like the winning bell at like a 1 millionth customer. Like, there should be like streamers and balloons and confetti just fall. Like, his phone is going nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm looking over at him like, what the hell is that? And he pulls out his phone and it's like, hold on. I gotta load.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be a minute. I gotta catch up.
Well, I gotta catch up. I've got to deal with something. But these things commonly happen to me. They weren't no big deal to me.
Like, oh no, we'll finish that story real quick. So he's getting multiple, somewhat obscene offers. For everything from apparently every gay dude under the age of dead in like a 40-mile radius. And I'm like, my sister is standing right there. Like, are you? Why is that open right now? Why? I'm like, and so she finally catches on. Sorry, sis. But she catches on to there's something going on. It's like, what's happening? And I'm like, I am not getting into this conversation. And I'm like, not right now. I can't do this.
Yeah. I just, because to me, that's what it is. It's social media. You know, my social media is lit up and we move on. I don't know. I have that problem too. I've been known to get discounts at restaurants on my bills.
Oh, yeah. No, you get comp stuff. You get free stuff. You get guys' phone numbers with like your coffee order all the time.
Yeah.
Non-stop. And I'm just sitting here like, I am chopped freaking liver over here. Like, I am going to hang a sign from my hump that says too ugly to live. And what does he say to that? You know, but from the chain or the pearls. Classic old girl's line there. But no, like, that's where I end up.
But no, I get it from gay dudes. I get it from bi dudes. I get it from women. There's a few ladies that are very lovely and great with our car. There's a few. I wish I could get a construction worker from Ohio down here because I'm quite sure she could fix my house in no time. No question about it. Done.
Well, and Brenda, not being rude, but this is my whole problem. yeah, that's exactly my life. Like, I have friends that now, well, before I graduated college, refused to ever take me back to a lesbian bar. Not because I'm inappropriate, but because I have lesbians hitting on me all night long, and they're standing there going, and I'm just having a moment of like, do I look like a middle-aged lesbian? Is that my problem? Like, is that where I'm at? Because I look over and I see middle-aged lesbians that look like me. Mm-hmm. Granted, clean shaven at the time. And I'm just like, is that what happened? Did I inadvertently like take styling advice from one too many lesbians in my life? I mean, granted, I have lesbian friends that if we were the same size, we could share wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
Good. But anyway, but thank you.
Yes. So for me, it was no big deal. You know, this has like been my life for 20 years.
Oh, yeah. 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 I don't know. I get it. It happens. I'm cool, but still. It gets a little overwhelming. And then like the whole LinkedIn thing, that was just too much. I was like, are you kidding me right now?
Mm-hmm. Like, no, wait till you get the ones that are like, so I see you're a CEO of 2 major corporations and yada, 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 yada. When are you going to be in New York next time? We'd love to meet up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the only way I get directly propositioned, side note, it has happened to me once in my life, and we'll just go there. This is nothing to brag about. This is not a great story. But so while my dad was sick, I took his truck. Not like away from him, but left the house with his truck to go to Family Dollar. This is Mercer Street, which has some red light properties to it in Princeton, West Virginia. I am parked. I am waiting for a response on an email. It is one of those nice days. You know, it's not too hot. It's not too cold, blah, blah, blah. But gets warm if you leave the windows up and you're sitting in a truck waiting for like a response to a message before you can go into a store. And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and I'm like, oh, it's a little warm. Let me put the windows down. And oh, yeah. I had a very confused young woman start to solicit me with the words, hey, Wayne. You're not Wayne. And I'm just having a whole moment there of, and all I can think of to say is, I'm his son. She has a look of terror. I have a look of terror. We both just shut up and quit talking.
Uh-huh.
Because I know what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
I know what has just occurred.
Mm-hmm.
I know the things my father used to do, at least in broad strokes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I did not know what the mating call was for Mercer Street. Apparently it is called park and roll down your windows. And I'm like, I will never put my windows down in public again. Ever.
Dear, you get hit on. Problem is you don't notice it.
I just don't expect it anymore. I'm just like, I've given up. I'm the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Fuck it. Or more importantly, like Brenda's saying, I get hit on by women. And
you get hit on by men. Reference to you going to the same Kroger's, but going through the checkout line. You and a friend of ours went to grab things for dinner, and you basically got picked up.
Now I missed that one entirely.
You were bragging about it for days.
Okay, I guess I forgot that one.
Yeah, you had one of our friends, one of our younger friends with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyhow, so that's fun. So when you get messages that don't look right, don't reply to them. They're either bots or escorts. And no, I'm not sex shaming. I think escorts should be legal, a legal business.
Well, I don't have a problem with sex workers. Like, that's not my issue. Like, I'm there with you, but it's also one of those things that's like, oh, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Who's trying to become Facebook?
like figure out like a system
Mm-hmm.
and like let me know what it is so I don't do that. Like, tell me what the roll down the windows is, and I will never do it again. Like, I will never park on Mercer Street in Princeton with my windows down, ever, for any reason. Never again.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
But, so you're scrolling through your Facebook and you found an interesting article, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. It's one of those like windy, twisty stories, but let's see how fast we can get through this one because I think we're about there. Yeah, we're hitting an hour and a half and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
So there was this, and some of y'all may have caught the story by now. So there was this incident in New York, and a driver started harassing, hate speeching a city maintenance worker, a sanitation worker, and brought the N-word to the table. And then a onlooker to this situation began videoing him, or was videoing the situation, picked him up and his little outburst. Only afterwards does the guy recognize the fact he just got recorded doing this. So he gets not only into a verbal confrontation with the person videoing, but also gets into a physical one.
Mm-hmm.
This video ends up being sent out and then goes viral, and they're trying to figure out who the guy is. Turns out he's a porn star. Or used to be.
Yeah.
In 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Joseph O'Brien / his porn name is Dustin Gold. Kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The story is.
Yeah, because the filmer was a person running for city council.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to point out some of the problems in his bureau when he caught this on film. But this dude, dang, 4 years been hard on the boy.
Well, 6 years.
6 years been hard on the boy. I'm telling you, I've aged, but damn, he's aged.
Well, and it's more so. Well, there's a little more to it than that. It's not just that he aged a lot in 6 years. Physically, like, he went from maybe 150 pounds
Mm-hmm.
to more my size.
Right.
Like, looks uncomfortably my size. Yeah. And it was one of those moments of like, how did y'all make this connection? Turns out tattoos are not always your friend.
Yeah.
Especially when they're distinctive, unique, and easily identifiable.
Right. Now, the more lead to the story is he was still technically under contract because porn stars' contracts suck. They're not based on project. You're normally signed for so many films or so many shoots or whatever.
Well, yeah, they're exclusivity agreements. That you agree for a certain period of time you will not work for other companies. You will only work for us.
Mm-hmm.
can become an issue if, like this guy, if he were wanting to continue his career, that studio, not trying to be mean, he's now moved into bear porn. Physically, that would be his place.
Right.
And, the bigger, huskier dude porn. That studio doesn't do that.
No, there's only a few that do that niche, sadly. But at the same time, that dude has some really aggravating stuff. That dude, it's just like, really? So then it breaks, once. Oh, porn star races. That was the first headline. Second headline comes out, Helix Studio fires porn star races. They weren't really working him.
Yeah, you haven't worked there in 6 years. Most other places, it's called you don't work here anymore.
Right.
Now it's moving into calls to demanding his content be removed, and it looks like the studio is going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, they are going to cancel him.
But like, as in from that shoot. Also, I mean, Helix is doing this. Oh, we're doing the right thing. We're going to, do the right thing. It's not costing them anything.
Well, or put another way. Well, no, it's going to cost them a little. Like, but at this point, they've already made the majority of the money they were going to make off of him. It's kind of like a new release movie.
Right.
Versus, something that's been out for a while. Like, if you want to liken it to something, it's sort of like the, I cannot remember, the, what is his name? I can't even remember now. I think it's John Travolta. Kind of went off the rails crazy there a few years ago. And it's kind of like canceling him. It's like he hasn't worked in a while. Like, he wasn't doing much.
No, let me put it into perspective.
Okay.
This is like Fox Movie, who currently is owned by Disney, we are going to remove Charlie Chaplin's Walk Through London from our catalog.
Well, boo-hoo. Like, any of the money made off of that, and there's very little interest now.
Exactly.
Like, it's a very limited interest. Like, right. And within the porn industry, there is already like, the porn industry has kind of suffered a lot, and I know, boo-hoo, but they have become one of the most copyright infringed areas. So they tend to try to make all of their money off their content up front.
Right.
Because they know that within 6 months to a year, it's going to be everywhere else anyway.
Right.
Like, you like, someone is going to figure out how to download and save that video, and it's going to get re-uploaded. Right. So, like, wait a little bit. And I don't know what the deal is, why porn studios are not fighting harder on their copyright claims.
Because there's no value to it.
Do what now?
There's no value to it. After it's out for 2 weeks, they're moving on to the next project.
Yeah.
They made their money, they're moving forward. So don't be heralding Helix Studios. One, they're a crappy company. They pay the porn stars crap. Their contracts are crap. Their niche is very small.
Well, no, their taste runs small. There's a narrow band. There is a narrow band of very slender men that meet the Helix Studio standards.
Right.
But they are a big name in porn.
Yeah.
They are a sizable company.
Yeah.
But no, the reality is that, like,
they're not doing anything honorable.
Well, but they're still getting called on by their customers to do this. Right. And it's like, I don't think y'all understand how this works.
No.
Like, he's not getting a check from them. Like,
No.
he got one check.
2 if he's good.
Well, but you know what I mean. Like, he did, like, if he did a movie,
right,
he got one check, one and only one. There's no royalties. There's no, like, he's not getting paid for life off this.
No.
Like, it's not a typical employment situation.
Well, it's not a typical performance situation. Here's an example. Normally, what happens? I shot some stuff in LA. I have some stuff in one of the Canadian broadcasting stations.
Okay, and let's clarify professionally.
Professionally, not
as Aeson Knight, not pornographic. Like, just
Aeson hasn't done porn. Professionally. So, if that stuff airs, I got a nice check for the spots that I filmed, the days that I was there, got treated amazingly. Would, networks call me, have no problem coming out shooting. But if that stuff airs, I get a royalty. It may be 30 cents. It may be $300,000 if the series would ever get picked up or whatever. But I'm very detailed in getting my renewals with stuff. That ain't no problem.
Residuals. Yeah.
That's standard performance. It's actually part of the Actors Guild or the Screen Performance Guild or this guild or that guild. Is they have a standard contract. Yeah. Unfortunately, the porn industry doesn't have that.
Well, they do. It's just crap. It's like Warner Brothers circa, the pre-Betty Davis era.
Exactly. Because she's one of the ones that fought for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So look at what these companies are doing when they're, firing people, removing content, this type of stuff. Most of the time, it's nothing.
Well, in that situation, it's going to be literally nothing. Like, it at this point, they're not making money off of him or the content that they produced of him.
All right.
And given his physical changes, and I'm not trying to trash the guy physically, I'm really, really not. But at this point, Helix Studio is not going to call him out to MC an event.
No.
They are not sending him with the boy brigade to dance on a float.
No.
Like,
they're not using him because he doesn't fit their niche anymore.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, Madeline asked a great question.
Melanie asked a great question. She is learning tarot, and could y'all give me tips and teach me some stuff?
Teach you some stuff. I actually have 2 lovely tarot courses that we are in the process of getting online. But tips is that little white book that came with it, or any other book on tarot, including my class manuals. They're great to prop up chairs, go underneath couches if they're a little rocky, get away from the book. First off, read the meanings, get away from it. Yeah. Don't get in that habit. Secondly, choose a deck you like. If it's not a working deck, like a Rider-Waite deck or a Thoth deck, it's not going to work for you. You've got to have symbolism in there.
Well, and it may work for you later. It's just you're in the learning phase, and like, you have a big thing for the Rider-Waite deck.
I do.
And the reason is, like, and you've said this before, like, here's your freebie. The biggest freebie you'll ever get is that the reason you like Rider-Waite or Rider-Waite based decks that are strongly Rider-Waite influenced is there is symbolism and meaning on those cards. And that's where you teach from, is not getting attached to, okay, the death card means blah, 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 blah. Like, you don't memorize that.
Right.
You learn to look at it and go, okay, what are the symbols and what's going on here and what is this card about?
Right.
and intuiting it from the card because that's how it was meant to be used.
Right.
Like no one ever meant in the creation of the Rider-Waite deck for you to sit there with a giant book and memorize all these meanings.
No. Melon,
that's how it works.
You say you have a learning deck. Please tell me it's not one of the decks that has the meanings at the bottom.
I'm sure that's
a lot of label tape.
Yeah. I'm sure that's going to be, the learning decks, that's another thing you're really against.
Yes.
Is because that doesn't teach you to read the symbology, that teaches you to read the label.
Right.
And that's not helping.
Right. And a card's going to change its meaning from one spread to another.
Yeah. Well, and one of your, it has the names. Okay. So that's a standard deck.
Yeah, as long as it has the names, as long as it's, it doesn't have the meanings on there, you're good. Otherwise, get a labeler and cover that up.
But
sure,
no, more specifically,
take my online classes, yes, it will be great for her. Definitely. I have no problem teaching a 14-year-old to read tarot. I have no problem teaching a 10-year-old to read tarot. My thing about this, and it isn't even my thing, it's actually a federal thing, is I have to have parents' permission. So that means, Sharon, that when you take my online course, it has to be paid for through your PayPal account. So you're acknowledging that, yes, you know that she's learning tarot, and yes, it's okay for you to take that class.
Yeah.
Which that should be launching within about a week and a half. You will notice that the online classes go up to Aeson Education. We are finalizing the design work there, and I'm finalizing the contract with the stores that are under contract about that.
Cool.
Just FYI. Hopefully that'll be launched by the end of August.
Yeah. So, but no, Melanie, I just want to clarify, like, what deck are you using? Like, I get it's a learning deck, but does it say Rider-Waite? And does it look right? And does it look like the traditional, like, generic cheap Rider-Waite? Like, do your cards look like this?
Or this?
That's what I'm asking. This is specifically what I'm asking. Like, are you here or there where with like what Aeson has? Like, if it looks like one of these two.
Yeah.
These are the more traditional images.
Mm-hmm. Yours is.
Well, these are the very traditional, but yours are just like a modern adaptation. Like, they're just a minor reworking.
Right.
All the symbology is there. It's just, okay, so awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. So that would be the deck that you would be using for his class. And there is literal symbology there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's perfect. Like, because that's your big thing is once you learn to read the traditional deck, over time, you will get really comfortable with what the meanings are and what the card's trying to tell you.
Right.
Versus having to go look at possible interpretations.
Right. Or somebody else's. My other thing about tarot, and I think I even say this in my classes, if I haven't, I'll say it next time I teach because the classes always change. But the deck is going to talk to you just like your friend talks to you. It's not going to talk to, your deck is not going to talk to me because I'm not its friend. I'm its stranger. Or it's not going to talk to your mother or whatever the same way it talks to you. That's why when you look at a lot of tarot meanings, there's like 47 different meanings there. It's because it's what fits the spread. It's what fits you. Okay. Yeah, but no, we will make sure that we have a big announcement for that. Guys, I'm sorry we've got to wrap up. But if you'll go ahead and do our outro.
Yes. Let it scroll back through. So just so I don't miss anything. So yeah, we do want to thank our Patreon supporters, Beverly Walker and the Crystal Lotus Shop. And if you would like to support us through Patreon, please visit pcspnetwork.com, where you can learn more about our Patreon account. There's a lovely link on the site. And yes, we definitely appreciate all of the support.
And if you guys would like to join us live, we standardly broadcast on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel at 9 p.m. on Thursdays, 9:30 p.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays. I'll get it out there, guys. If you're listening to the archives,
awesome.
Yep.
So if we look into the archives,
if you look into the archives, you can actually go back and watch our shows. And especially if you're new, like our iTunes listeners or our Google listeners, please like and share and comment below. And back to Melanie, cool. I'm glad that you go to the CLS. I can't wait till I can return there. And I'll be hosting a tarot class there, hopefully after September. If the virus goes down, if the numbers get right to where it's safe to host it. But I'm moving a lot of my classes online, and I will host. We've got a candle magic class. We've got some Wicca classes going up. We've got my Tarot 101. Tarot 102 is up. What else have we filmed? Beginning astrology. It'll be up. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we've been post-production and working with to get ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of online. And was there a scrying one?
There isn't a scrying one. There will be a scrying one. We've got to film it.
Sorry, I couldn't figure out where the line was.
Yeah.
Like, because that's sort of what happened is we were in the midst, or you were, more importantly, in the midst of teaching a bunch of different classes, and then all this hit, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, because I had originally scheduled to be teaching 2 classes a week for every week of 2020 in 2 different stores. So sometimes there was 4 classes in that week.
We used to be
beautiful, happy planner, project planned out, had lesson plans done, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then COVID-19 hit, and I went, okay, we can roll this. And I went, nope, we ain't rolling this. Nope. Super Doc says, keep your ass home, cancel everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had to shift gears, and it was a grind.
Right.
Like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we understand, guys. Believe me, that was actually going to be one of our other topics tonight, but it's just the weirdness of the weirdness. Like, if you feel like you're really struggling right now, one, just know that, like, if you talk about that to other people, everyone's going to be there with you.
Right.
Like, everyone, like, it's not like I'm having the you're not a snowflake, like the you're not special thing, but, like, seriously, it's a big thing right now. A lot of people are struggling. A lot of really good, solid professionals are struggling because this is such a curveball.
It is. And guys, next Tuesday's show, the main 2 topics we'll talk about guides, what they are, how they work. The other one is we're going to be giving tips for working from home and also working with your spouse.
Also known as how not to kill them.
Well, how not to kill them, how to interpret when, and, things that we've had to go through, because there are times that I am being boss, and there are times that I'm being nice husband.
Yes.
Yes.
And sometimes you're doing it all in one sentence, and my brain is going, please stop talking. I can't handle, but, like, choose one. Just choose one. Like, I can't do both right now.
Mm-hmm. Also in content that you can be looking forward to, I have about 4 new decks finally in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do 4 o'clock on Monday for a chat with Aeson, and we're going to be looking at, first up, my new deck that I'm going to be dealing with, which I'm keeping. It's called Under the Rose Lenormand. Look, guys, small cards. For all this, always fuss me about having big cards, small cards. And I will be working through that system and doing some readings and reviewing the deck. Um, some other fun ones to be talking about is I also got Heal Yourself readings. This one I don't believe I'm keeping. We'll see because I've not even opened it. And you've got the other ones in front of you. What preview do you have there?
Sorry, guys, you're going to get a boob shot. Just a. Anyway, so past life oracle cards you've mentioned before.
Yeah.
That one's been here for a little bit. And then this one had a sticker on it. Apparently someone did a resale. Oracle of the Shapeshifters.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I was trying to read. It was the sticker was messing me up. That's some pretty artwork. And then the Witch's Tarot.
Yeah. So you'll get box review, unboxings, and reviews on those. Those are going to be Monday at 4. It looks like, unless I have a keen business meeting, and then I will post that I'm rescheduling it and when I'm going to be doing it. So we are definitely going to be doing some more unboxings. Those are specifically on Aeson Knight Facebook and Aeson Knight YouTube. So we currently have 5 pages running. We have Aeson Knight. We have the Psychic Coffee Shop. We have the Mountain Bears. Then we have Aeson Knight YouTube and the Psychic Coffee Shop YouTube. Aeson Knight YouTube used to be my vlog channel where I would vlog the events I went to and got to show you guys that and then re-upload this. Well, of course, we're not doing that. So I'm going to do unboxings on there. The Psychic Coffee Shop is probably going to be a channel that, other than the broadcasts, I may upload some vlogs, some coffee talk, maybe some after-scene stuff after it goes through our Patreon. So, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight, found it beneficial and happy. We will see you Tuesday night around 9:30. We can't always guarantee that we'll get here, but we do our best.
We try. We try.
Life happens. We're running 5 different businesses out of one house with 2 people.
Yeah. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
And especially right now.
Well, not only that, but we've got people that are coming at me and wanting me to do a $30,000 life coaching course. And I'm like,
what? Or more importantly, yeah, that was one of your sales offers. Like one of the sales pitches I had to clear was that some dude was offering. I had to go look up. I don't know if the rest of y'all know what this is, what a high ticket closer was. And that is someone who will straight up, their whole job is to help you sell super expensive things like $30,000 classes and, you know, $900 like book signings or whatever, like crazy like amounts of money for stuff that it's like, okay.
Yeah, I think my most expensive class is what, $75, and that's the astrology class.
Well, technically, I'd say that your most expensive class comes down to Wicca Year in a Day. And that's just like if you total all of the classes up and were to pay it all at once. And that works out to, what, less than 400? Did we figure that out?
3 something.
Yeah, it's like just under the $400 mark.
But that's 13 classes.
It's spread over a year. It comes with a lot of support. And
a lot of
that's... Yeah, like when you consider all the travel and the printing. Hi, guess who does your printing?
Yeah, I know. Well, you've replaced UPS. You know, I'm sure that I will get a "We Miss You" card here soon.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So guys, have a great day. Have a great time. Be safe. Stay home. Wear a mask if you have to go out. Wash your hands. And learn to relax. Dear gods, we will get through this plague. We will get to a new normal that is a happy normal.
Yes.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.